He finds it, you make her vomit. Scum in between her toes.
Little does she know I'm into that.
And you can't even defend yourself.
I can't.
There we go. I can hear you now.
Oh, God. Did she hear all the slur words I called her?
He said, did you hear all the slur words he called you? Ah, shit. My mic is dropping.
I was listening back to an old episode recently, and it was the one where, over the course of the episode, it kept slowly falling on you. I can see it right now in real time.
Fuck.
Give her, loosen it and then tighten. Try that.
Shit don't work. I'm going to just struggle.
Fair enough. All right, fair enough.
There we go.
It'll be a good shoulder workout for you then. Constantly rising.
Fucking awful. I deserve better equipment for being on this podcast.
I know, right? Where's my personal assistant?
There we go. Cool. Beer Belly, where we drink beer and talk stuff.
Possibly have bellies in the process. I know I've definitely grown one over the course of this show. It's bad. It used to be just a cute name, and now it's a reality.
You're ready to be a daddy, and you're giving birth.
Right? The day after my birthday, my family wanted to take me out to a Stone out in the San Diego area, and it was really fun. Nice. I'd never been to that location before. Not to this particular one. It was technically in Chula Vista. It was that one. Okay. And it was gorgeous, man. It's like a tropical safari. I feel like it was at Rainforest Cafe, but better. It was nice. It was really cool. Have you been to that one yet?
I've been to 2 breweries in San Diego, but I couldn't tell you which ones. I know one was kind of by the pier.
Okay.
But then that's all I can really tell you. And one is right by the stadium. I think there's a stadium out there.
You're talking about the particularly the Stone breweries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah, they have a tap room, and then they have a brewery there.
Oh, I think there were tap rooms that I went to.
Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you've been. Was one of them kind of almost like a cathedral, or like a Gothic church kind of vibe to it? If you had to guess. Okay. Because I've been to the brewery, but they also have a tap room there that's a bit smaller, from what I understand. You probably went to the brewery, if I had to guess. I don't know, or maybe you went to both.
I mean, I went to 2 separate ones.
Oh, okay, then probably both of them. I had only been to the brewery once before, but then this is my first time going to Chula Vista. Anyway, the only reason I bring it up is because at one point I brought up my weight, and you could tell the way my mom was trying to be nice about it. She's like, "No, you look like you've lost a little weight." We've never talked about my weight gain over the course of these 2 years or so. And this is the first time she's had anything to say about it. And she was really trying to be nice and make me feel better.
You need to stop drinking that beer.
Exactly. I was like, no, I know it started off as a sweet little funny name for the show. And now it's just slowly but surely becoming my actual life. Having a nice beer panza. Cerveza de panza.
I'm glad. Now the podcast is real. We got the beer bellies.
Right. So with that, today, I guess is kind of a BYOB episode. However, I feel as though we probably got the same beer on this one.
I don't think so. If we did, oh my God.
Is it by Stone Brewing? Because that's where mine is from.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that part down so far.
Right. Making me smile.
Talking about getting an enjoy by.
Right.
Because, the reason for the season. So first day of fall, technically as of the area or recording of this episode, I should say. So with that, shall we show each other what beers we got?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you bastard. Nice. So tell the people what you brought.
I actually tried to get it. I looked for it, didn't have it. I was a little disappointed. So, I was at Vaughn's and I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I saw there was the 25th anniversary edition of the Stone, which I've been wanting to try. I don't think I've tried it. Maybe drunk with you, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
So I said, fuck it. I'm going to buy the 6-pack. I'm going to drink 2. We're good. I'm covered. And I'm sure this is stronger alcohol content than oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Have you had this?
I had it actually the night after my birthday. When we went to Chula Vista, I had it right there.
How was it?
It was strong and dank. It was so much fun because everything I had was nothing less than a double IPA there. And so, and I just passed it around to my family and just took so much joy in watching all of their expressions as they tasted it.
Does anybody else in your family like IPAs?
Not really. I mean, my dad does, you know that.
Yes.
My dad will drink any IPA you and I drink, but besides that, that's about it that I could think of off the top of my head. I'm sure my cousins would. I mean, you know what? My brother-in-law, one of the two brothers-in-law that I have, that he's down with IPAs also.
Is it the one I met?
Yes. Shout outs to Ryan Lascano.
Ryan. I wanted to say Ryan. I was like, but I don't want to get it wrong and say Brian. And then I'm just the asshole. And I'm not even drunk yet. Oh my God, look at this color.
Look at that color difference. Oh my goodness. So I brought today the Enjoy by September 6th, 2021. It's as of this recording.
Oh, that shit expired. 22nd. That's expired, AJ. You got to throw it away.
I was reading the 6-pack that it came in, and the carton clearly says, intend to enjoy by September 6th. Then I'm not going with that in true Beer Belly fashion, I suppose.
Nope. That reminds me of the fucking expired oyster stout we had. Oh.
Go back to that episode, Oyster Souls. Oh my God.
We were recently enough, AJ took me out from a bachelor party. And long drive to San Francisco, Santa Rosa. Fun though. And we went to Lagunitas. I was like, I want to go to Lagunitas. And we got there, we parked, and they were fucking closed. Heartbroken.
But then we actually on a Tuesday randomly, yeah.
And we saw, God, was it Hen House? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, Hen House is like right across the street. And they that was the brewery that had the oysters. So we had the oysters fresh.
Super fresh. It was crazy. I just remember when we showed up there. By the way, we teased this at the end of the last episode we recorded that we were going to talk about your bachelor getaway.
Oh yeah.
So that's cool. That worked out very seamlessly. But yeah, I remember we pulled up and I was like, I recognize this font. Like, I know I do. I kept thinking to myself. And then finally, when I saw the oyster stout, I think that's when I brought it to your attention. I was like, sir, I'm pretty sure this is the same brewery that made that oyster stout that we had a few episodes back.
Yep.
And sure enough, it fucking was, just by happenstance. It just worked out that way.
Yeah. And I think it was a triple IPA, the Big Hen.
Yes. Good. Oh, you remember the name? Yeah, nice.
And they put a bracelet on me, and we didn't really ask why, but I have a feeling it's probably one per person. And,
yeah, a limited number at least. Yeah.
And I had it. I still have the bracelet. It's somewhere over here in this mess that I got.
Sick.
And from what I remember, I enjoyed it. It was not bad. It was great. But then we went to the better brewery, Russian River. We were starving. Why? How long had it been since we ate?
We picked up breakfast, right?
Oh, yeah. We went to McDonald's. We stopped once to put gas. We stopped twice.
We made a couple pit stops to
yeah. I made AJ fear God.
He put the fear of ass in me. For sure.
The fear of ass. That's the name of this episode.
I'm down. I'm very down.
we stopped by to go to a bathroom, and like I said in the previous episode, I got a strict pooping schedule, and we got to that gas station around that time, and I didn't even realize I needed to go until I saw the time. I was looking at my watch. I'm like, oh, it's time. And I offered for AJ to go first. I was a gentleman. And he said no.
Let it be known.
So I was like, oh. I was like, all right. So walked right into that bathroom, had my way with it. Yep. And then I handed it.
I don't appreciate you slapping your lips as you say that.
I had my way with it.
Jeez, that's too much tongue.
And then
too much tongue involved.
I got out, held the door open for AJ.
Like a gentleman.
Let him in. He needed to poo. He needed to poo right quick, but boy, did that go away.
that was like, nope, no more. I'm not gonna hang out in this bathroom for 2 minutes or more. No more than. I didn't do anything in that bathroom. I washed my hands just because I felt filthy walking into it. That's
AJ
exactly
walks right
what I
out. I
had
was like,
to
what
do.
happened? And AJ was like, couldn't do it. Oh man.
It was a nightmare on Elm Street, on Ass Street. It was terrible. Dear God, what you did to that bathroom, few people have ever experienced, I think.
It just worked out perfectly.
I mean,
let me right with
it
that
makes
poop
sense.
schedule.
That, I mean, you got to think about whatever was in you probably was sitting in there for at least 8 hours. You were sleeping. Then we woke up early in the morning, scooped you up from your house and took you away. Next thing we knew, we just had to get you on the road and kasploosh, torpedoes away. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, that was.
But it was a good way to wake me up. I was like, okay, I'm ready for the rest of the drive now. This 8-hour drive or so.
You're welcome. So we didn't eat because we checked in, and then we couldn't find a fucking Uber. I forgot about that.
That's right. It was really hard to find any ride sharing at all in like Santa Rosa area.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we had to pay off a guy to let us sneak in an extra person in his car. We basically smuggled Diego.
As probably was the same way he entered this country. So. Not irrelevant. Nothing he's not used to already.
And we went to Russian River, and then we proceeded to get down. Right away, AJ ordered 2 pepperoni pizzas. We ordered the beers, and then that's when the night got started.
It was on. Yeah, it was on at that point. Like, Hen House was fun because, like you said, you had your triple IPA, which we all had a taste of. I got a double IPA, which we all had a taste of. Peter did too. Diego got something nice and easy. And then from there, that was just, again, the ease into the day. And then Russian River, I think everything at Russian River Brewing Co. just happened so fast.
Yes.
It felt like we weren't there that long. We probably were there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, but it felt like it went by in like 45 minutes.
Yeah, we partied. They were nice enough to give me this bad boy right behind me. I don't want to pull it out because it's like in between everything. But my 18-year Whistle Pig,
second edition
had a few glasses of that. I drank straight from the bottle and some scotch. And then that's when it gets blurry for me. I don't really remember after that.
That night got really crazy. Yeah, I just remember it's getting really, really silly. I want like a redo as well for your bachelor getaway. I want to have like another night where we can just be dumb like that. Maybe before the wedding. Obviously not the weekend of.
The 16th.
There you go. So
the following day, I wake up with a little bit of a headache, but I'm surprised I wasn't hungover. I don't know how you felt, but
it was a little rough.
Good. Peter, on the other hand, one of our good buddies, was extremely hungover.
He was a good sport, though.
He was amazing.
He was a champ. He did his best.
He needed to get the alcohol out of his system, and he couldn't throw up. So what he did to actually get himself to throw up is he took the scotch with him into the bathroom and smelled it until it happened.
I forgot that he used that strat. I totally forgot that.
I've never thought about that. I've never thought about using that as a strat. That's a pro drinker right there.
Absolutely. A pro thrower upper, I suppose.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
No. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just going to go on a tangent. There was just one time, I guess I'll tell it really quick. So one of my old good buddies, friend of the show, Anthony, you've met him several times. Mm-hmm. Nice guy. I wasn't partying with him this night that he had, but we hung out the night or the following morning to write some music together. And he was super hungover. He was sick. He was trying to enjoy a cigarette and a cup of coffee and a light breakfast that his mom was nice enough to make us. before we got started. And then I was asking him about it. Now, I mean, I don't know what to ask. I was just like, oh, really? Had a crazy night, huh? Tell me about it. What'd you have? And he was like, oh, just had too much whiskey, too much beer, shotgun, this and that. And I was just thinking, oh man, that's terrible. I've done that before. And I just go into details like, yeah, you know what sucks? Like when you start getting the spins, and if you hold on to like a pole for solidarity, then you just feel the spins even more, because the more you're holding still, the more dizzy you become.
Already.
And then exactly. And then you get super nauseous. And by me talking about it, he became sick, ran out to his backyard, and proceeded to vomit more.
I'm sure he felt a lot better
just by talking about it.
Yeah, getting it out.
Exactly.
You gotta do
if anything, I did him a favor. You're welcome, Anthony, if you're listening to this.
Yeah, that's what happened to Peter.
Oh, yes.
We had lunch. What, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 11.
Yeah, we got the day rolling, and we had lunch at a suitable hour. Yeah, it was like 11 or 12ish or so, probably 11. You're right.
And then we returned to Russian River.
just to get the day started. Like we were talking about, like, are we gonna go there? Like we should go there. We're in Santa Rosa. It's down the street from where we're staying. It was like like 10 minutes from where we stayed.
Yeah, about 10.
It was ridiculously close. So it's like, and where we had lunch was literally down the street, like a 2-minute walk away. It would be dumb if we didn't go. So yeah, we did that.
That's not because we're
just to get the day started.
Nice morning beer or 2. Did we have 2?
I think we stopped at 1. I think we were good, but we had multiple tasters as we were drinking the beers.
Okay, so that happened
because Peter wasn't drinking any full beers, but he was curious about 1 or 2. So I was like, well, ask the guy, ask the bartender. And I asked for him a couple times. I tried some stuff. He tried some stuff. We all passed it around.
He was a trooper. I don't know if I would be able to keep drinking being that kind of hungover.
I mean, he probably didn't know what else he could do. But that's what we were there for. So he did his best. He did his best. And he was actually still able to somewhat appreciate the flavors of some of the beer that we had that day too. Which again, hats off to the guy.
So after the one, we stocked up on beer, of course, because why wouldn't we? And then we actually made the return to Lagunitas.
Yes, because we knew that they wouldn't be closed that next day.
And it's on record, AJ. It's on several episodes. I do not like Lagunitas IPA.
The standard, yes.
Not at all. I've never been quiet about that. It's disgusting. Don't drink it.
Jesus. Well, Lagunitas, please somehow find the way to sponsor us.
But their brewery, their other beers, oh my God. It was my favorite brewery of the trip. I mean, Santa Rosa is always king. It's like Dragon Ball Z. It's always going to be king.
Right.
So why compare it to anything? But Lagunitas was like pretty much on par with Rip for me. And I love Rip Brewery.
The surprise factor for me, like not like, for one, the ambiance there was so cool. Like it was like a backyard hangout, but also like you could see how they have mini concerts there and stuff like that on certain days too, probably on the weekends. Like, to paint a picture to anyone who hasn't been to Lagunitas in Petaluma before, you walk in, there's like indoor dining that's available. We didn't do that. We went outside, bunch of like cool park benches everywhere, fun mason jars for everyone to enjoy and such for your beer in. They have a cool gift shop when you walk further down. They had these cool swings kind of things that John and I were on. It was kind of crazy. And then further down, there's a grassy knoll and hill that people can hang out at. And there's like a little small amphitheater past that, which was really impressive. It was huge, wasn't it? There was a lot of land to it. I mean, it just goes to show. I mean, look how popular Lagunitas is nowadays. Just the standard IPA alone,
it's
everyone knows them for.
That is the standard IPA.
It is. I would dare say it's become more of the standard IPA than Stone IPA.
Yeah, I would agree.
I would say so, and I would say it's definitely at least 1% lighter too in alcohol content.
It's a light ass beer.
It's like 6.2 if I'm not mistaken.
6.2?
Lagunitas IPA, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it is. Yeah, it's pretty light.
There is another Lagunitas. Here we go. We're about to cyber stalk them.
Go for it. What you got? He's sharing the screen, everybody. Those of you watching the video
your
version, you're
face is
watching this right
covering
now.
my. There we go.
Good.
Are you able to see
That's
it?
all you need to see. All
Look
right,
at-
so we're going up the coast of California.
Yep.
We're just south of Oregon.
Okay, so
we're
just
zooming
strolling
in a little
along.
tighter.
Let's get in there.
There we go, Lagunitas Brewing Company.
I'm gonna zoom in.
We're learning geography.
Here we go.
Here we go.
This place is pretty good, but we're here for Lagunitas.
Hen House. I still really enjoyed Hen House very much so.
I guess when you see it like this, it's not that big.
It really doesn't in the grand scheme of things, but being there, it was just surprisingly gigantic. It was really fun.
We were sitting here.
Yep.
You can drink here. You can definitely drink here. AJ and I did some funny stuff in the photo booth right here.
We definitely did some funny stuff in the photo booth.
Some stuff our women
probably wouldn't be very happy about.
Look at that Tesla charger.
Oh wow, that makes sense. Oh, okay, look at. So anyone who isn't watching the video version, so pretty much straight ahead of everything else, which I was super impressed by, but I guess also made a lot of sense. Again, we all know how popular that Lagunitas is nowadays. Anyone listening to the show, you might be into beer, go figure. Or not, who knows, but Lagunitas Brewing Company is huge. And when you get there and you walk past all the fanfare, all the fun stuff, you see these gigantic silos that they have filled with beer and hops and everything, where they actually do all the brewing. And it was an impressively sized operation. Like,
I'd imagine all this right
any
here,
like microbrewery I've ever seen. Yeah, it was freaking huge, sir. Like the silos, I couldn't even guess how tall they were, but they're pretty gigantic.
They have a
there were like a few in particular that stood out. Yeah, dude, it's a huge operation they have. Like, it's no longer a microbrewery. I remember telling you that when you were there, and you agreed. Like, it's definitely no longer a brewery or a microbrewery anymore.
No, hasn't been for years.
Right. They've only gone up in quality. How are you doing on your beer, by the way?
I'm about halfway.
Okay, you might want to catch up a little bit, or I can just have a third beer if that's the case.
Oh my God, have you already gone through two?
I'm almost done.
But you had 2 beers already?
Oh no, I've only had the one. I'm just saying, at this rate, I might have 3 for the episode.
I mean,
don't rush yourself too much. We're good. I think it's because I'm hot in this room that I'm recording in, so I'm just trying to cool down with a little bit of beer.
Caught up.
And it's been a long day.
Look at that hen house. Yeah, it was a really cool spot.
I want to go back to Hen House a lot. It was really fun. So to anyone who hasn't heard of or been to Hen House, one thing that our friend Peter brought up again, friend of the show, that a lot, like pretty much all of the beers they have are based off of conspiracy theories, which is really fun.
Right there.
Yeah, there you go. MK Ultra, stuff like that.
Men who speak to goats.
Yep. All the can art and bottle art that they have also, a lot of it has reflections of it. And the ones that are on screen right now, for those of you watching the video version, are super tame compared to a lot of the art they have. Like when you go to the restroom, they had like prints and prints and prints of all the different can designs they had, and it was really entertaining. I was taking a poo in there, and I did not look at my phone once because I was having so much fun looking at every single beer design they had, and on top of that, trying to find the different percentages that each beer had.
Ooh.
Super fun spot. So anyone who finds yourself in the Santa Rosa, Petaluma area, go to Hen House, go to Lagunitas. Obviously, you're gonna have a good time. And I think also what helped, obviously, John, for you liking Lagunitas, is that we had everything but the standard IPA there. Obviously, if we came all that way,
they must have had 6 to 7 IPAs.
Wasn't it so cool that they did?
Yes, and then I love the fact that the very first one we tried was the one that they said they released on Reddit, or they asked on Reddit what people wanted in an IPA, and then they made it based off of that. That just blew my mind.
Right, it was like a hazy double IPA, if I'm not mistaken. That was really fun.
A place I once despised. Now I look forward to going back there again.
I'm glad that for me, that's a trip well taken then.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Very nice.
That's for you, Lagunitas. That's for you.
One thing I got to say, shout out to my beer reel that I'm having real quick. The Enjoy by 9621. It's classified as a quote unquote hard-earned IPA. I appreciate that. I had a long day.
It knows your struggle. America.
Tired. Yeah, it's for the every man, for the every person. Absolutely. I like that. And it's 3 days after my birthday, so I'll take it. Or that's when it's the Enjoy By was based off of.
Drinking that expired beer, you're gonna hallucinate.
I think I'm about to right now. Do I have an upside down erection? I don't know what that is.
I do.
Well, I'm getting a little warm back here. I'm going to grab another beer real quick if you don't mind.
Let's do it.
All right. Be right back. Well, we're back, as you can tell. And for my next beer of the BYOB episode, I brought another one. Are you having more of the same since you said you had a 6-pack?
Yep.
I was going to have more of the same, but while I was at the store that I was at, I decided to get another one just for fun. And I figured it would be reminiscent of your bachelor getaway also, only for the best reasons, of course. And I brought
a Happy Hops.
John's favorite Russian River IPA, Happy Hops by Russian River Brewing Co. Hooray!
It's meh. It's meh. By the way, I love the shirt. Like, it's pretty dope.
Why do you like it if you hate the beer?
The symbol's cool, and then the color of the shirt's really nice.
Oh, okay, I'll give you that.
It's an ambiguous
I got it
brown.
for you out of spite, but fair enough.
Yeah, joke's on you. I loved it. Oh, the color of it's ambiguous brown.
What got us started on ambiguous brown that weekend? I forget.
Well, somebody said it in conversation, and then I said, I laughed. I said ambiguous brown. I want that as a crayon.
That's right.
And
we
then
were talking something dumb like that. I said ambiguous brown, but I don't remember why exactly.
Yeah, I don't remember the conversation. And then and that was it, like towards the beginning of the drive. And maybe 5 hours later, I just was randomly like, I know I said it earlier, guys, but I really want that crayon ambiguous brown.
It's so true. We were like talking about what your ethnic color was, and that's what I said, but I don't remember why.
Well, was it I remember that was the joke towards the end of that night, the Lagunitas night, where we went bowling and we continued to drink. We got this huge ass thing of beer.
Oh, you bought that? That's right, you sneaky bitch.
And every time I was bowling, they were finding out, or they were roasting the shit out of me.
Peter and I.
With different ways of calling me an ambiguous brown.
Darker than beige. Curiously tan.
Curiously tan.
That's a great one. I got to get you like a "Hi, my name is" tag and say curiously tan, ambiguous brown.
Ambiguous brown. That's the name of this episode. Ambiguous brown.
I'll take it.
I would use that color so fast of that crayon. Wow, that's so light.
Isn't it really? It's only like 6.5%, something like that.
Oh, so I'm basically drinking 2 of what you have.
Pretty much. I mean, this is like a third of what I was drinking earlier. I didn't mention it earlier, but yeah, the beer I was drinking was the percentage though was like 9.4, something like that. Mm-hmm. So a very sturdy beer. This is I think like typically Happy Hops is measured at like 6.5, I'd say. Mm-hmm. Let me just see where they put it this time. Yeah, 6.5.
At 6.5.
How about you? Yours is what? Like 10?
Higher.
11? I forget.
Higher.
I told you I had on my birthday, but I don't remember.
Higher.
Oh my God. 11.5?
Higher.
13?
12.5.
Jesus.
It's
okay.
Basically a 13. This is stout status.
Very nice.
And it's in the spot. It's really good.
Nice. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
Ooh.
It tastes good and super full bodied, isn't it?
Look at this color. Oh my God.
No, seriously. So, okay. If you don't mind, I'm going to talk more about my Chula Vista at Stone Brewing experience a little bit.
Describe.
And just wanted to continue on your bachelor weekend.
We got drunk. We got drunk again, and we kind of cooled down the last day. But we ate like kings.
We ate
Thank you,
like
sir.
kings.
Thank you for a great bachelor party.
You're welcome. I'm glad that we got to.
And I got uber salty at Marvel. I don't know if I've ever walked away from a set like that.
I don't remember you getting that salty.
At the end, you don't remember?
Mm-mm.
I still had like 2 matches left, and then I just left.
Wow, I thought it was just over.
Oh,
I didn't realize.
Oh yeah. I walked away. I was done.
Shit. Damn. All right. So don't play John at Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He's going to get pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't
You
do
know
it.
what, though?
Just don't.
I've really been falling back in love with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite quite a lot lately. The past
Amazing.
2 months, I've been watching it more often, and I keep wanting to pick up the game again just because it's been so long, and I miss how much I like that game. And there's just certain characters that I want to just go into training mode and just have fun with and just figure shit out. I understand, and it's also I have an understanding, but I also have a frustration with that. I'm just not going to understand the game as well as the best people, or I should say the people that still play it.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to.
Well, the learning curve isn't as high as Marvel 3. And I'm not just saying that as a fanboy, because I can say the same thing about MVC 2. The learning curve is harder in MVC 2 than it is in 3. But sure. Infinite is relatively a simple game except for certain rules. So I think it is possible, but you would probably have to start grinding up the game for 2 years.
Which at this point, well, the game's been out for like 5.
Yeah. But just super tag. That's what the game basically is. No, I'm talking shit. It's not. There's a lot more layers to it, but super tag.
But fine. Super tag is not a bad way to start. It's a good way to spend bar.
It's a good way to get top 32. Super tag.
Exactly. Pick Dante, super tag.
Mm-hmm. What is that? Winter Soldier, super tag.
Super tag. I still really appreciate. I mean, I know that character is dirty, Winter Soldier, in that video game, but I still enjoy watching his gameplay though every time.
Oh, he's amazing. I love it.
Chuck the grenades.
If I would have stuck to that game, I probably would have switched out Ultron for Winter Soldier.
Still could.
Nah, I'm good.
Imagine shoot some bullets with Winter Soldier tagging a Chun-Li for the Rushdown mix-up. Be pretty sexy.
Do you know what's coming out in a couple months?
No,
you do.
Remind me.
Halo.
Oh, of course, Halo Infinite. We've been talking about it on the show the past several episodes.
That is life. I'm not. I mean,
so there's a Best Buy location in Montebello, not far from where I live, not too far from where we both live, and apparently at 7:30 a.m. they're gonna have clerks that work there give out tickets for whatever console you want, and as long as you get a ticket, then you get to pick up that console. And I'm kind of considering showing up there at like 6 a.m. tomorrow to try to get myself an Xbox Series X. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to, especially after tonight and drinking, but we'll see if I happen to wake up early enough. If I honor my alarm.
You can just get a gaming PC.
I could, and that would be better for the show too. It would be better for the show.
Just saying.
Oh God, he's doing the bathroom face again. That's the name of the episode.
Bathroom face?
He's doing the bathroom face again. Man. Okay. Oh yeah. So that was a hell of a weird tangent. So my birthday came around, and I talked about it earlier. The most fun I had on the day after my birthday. I had a great time on my birthday with you guys. You guys made it awesome. But since we're talking about Stone Beer, and I mentioned going to Chula Vista again, I just had a great time watching my family, each and every single one of them, make a face when I gave them a taste of my beer. And I couldn't believe it. My baby sister, who is well of age and everything, but she just doesn't drink. She'll occasionally have a sip of wine, maybe on like the rarest of occasions, but I don't really see her drink. Like I just really never do. And that night, for whatever reason, she wanted to party with Big Bro. Not that she got crazy or anything. She didn't really drink unless I offered her one, and so she would actually have a sip. And every time I loved her question. She's like, so what do you look for in this? And I was like, the face you're making, that right there.
That's
I want to
that and at the bottom of the glass.
You know what it made me realize? I as I was explaining it to her, I was like, yeah, I just over the course of time when I first started, I made that same face, and now John and I, we look to have to make that face because of an IPA. We have that is that strong, and totally, it just makes me think we sound like heroin addicts.
Oh yeah, I mean, we have a podcast about beer.
We're chasing the dragon. At this point, we're chasing the dragon. We're trying we're trying to find strong enough IPAs to
And
make us feel something.
we're way too drunk to find that dragon. That's the worst part about it.
Right? We just never will. But it was
No.
crazy. But it was super fun. It was just silly. I had again nothing lighter than a double IPA that entire day. It was crazy. They had one citrusy kind of orangey. It's not the Tangerine Express, but it was something that where they've been talking about it on social media the past month or 2 months, where they're like, hey, this is a single batch. Once it's gone, we're not going to make any more. Kind of thing by Stone, and I had that one. That was the first thing I tried. It was actually pretty good. It was not overly orangey whatsoever, but it was nice. I'm gonna look it up right now.
You should.
It is called Orange Scream. There you go.
Oh, I think I've heard of
Not
that
the
one
Tangerine
before.
Express, but Orange Scream. It was pretty good. Super strong too.
And you said it was an IPA?
Double, if I'm not mistaken. Double hazy.
Ooh.
Let me double check that while I'm at it. Let's see here. Stone Brewing. It says it's supposed to take like a creamsicle. I'm not a fan of creamsicles, and luckily it didn't taste like that to me. But let's see here. Yeah, an 8.8. So it's not classifying it as a double from what I can see, but 8.8 usually sounds like maybe a double to me.
That's the strong boy. That'll put you on your ass.
Right? Little CTZ hop extract, HBC 685, Azaka nugget in Citra. All words I have no idea what they mean, but you know,
Azaka nugget.
You're my little Osaka.
That's the name of this podcast. Azaka nugget.
I can't keep up.
I think be a lot of slashes.
I know, right? A lot of parentheses everywhere.
Gonna lose your mind.
A lot of colons.
Terrible. Yeah, I love the Stone breweries. I think I've been to 3 now total. The 2 in San Diego and the 1 in Pasadena,
which was really fun when we went.
Yeah, I want to say about every time I've gone there, I'm like, okay, they have a decent selection of IPAs. I still think Rip has the most IPA selections,
and for them being homemade too, like everything they had there IPA wise is home brewed, which I appreciate. And that's still extremely a micro like operation.
It's tiny. It
but
definitely
amazing
is.
for it. Amazing for it. And some of the percentages do get up there too. It's pretty awesome. But
depending on what you get there. They recently won an award, I think, for their black IPA. I think they got like 2nd or 3rd place. Yeah.
I've told you I had that one time. That was when that was the AJ Belligerent episode, the incoherent AJ episode where
AJ was very drunk that episode.
Where I edited like 7 minutes out of the episode because I just wasn't making sense and was not making content, quality content.
I was gonna say, well, content's content, yeah,
but it's a quality, not that night.
Depends on who you ask. You ask drunk AJ, yes. Sober AJ, not so much.
Oh, drunk AJ will be offended for you even questioning it, but
don't bring him out, please.
I'm not trying to be Gollum today. But yeah, that was crazy. Can we talk about my actual day of birth that we shared together this year a few weeks ago?
So we watched Shang-Chi.
If you don't mind.
Shang-Chi was amazing.
It was freaking sick, wasn't it?
It was really good. From Shang-Chi,
very good.
It was first of all, I'm not a big fan of karate movies, like at all. They're really not my thing.
Not a kung fu guy. That's totally understandable.
But this one, Marvel knocks it outside of the park again. So we finished that. We go to Green Cheek, which also has decent variety of IPAs.
Costa Mesa.
Got trash there.
Absolutely. More than I expected to.
We went to Taco Alley, which is kind of tradition now. If we don't go to Tustin, we're most likely going to Taco Truck Alley. And
if we go to Tustin, we might still go to Taco Truck Alley.
By the way, I had Tustin 2 days ago. They had the wing on special. The same. Amazing.
I'm glad.
But more expensive. No, they only had buffalo.
Oh, okay. I love the buffalo.
It was $18 for 9 wings.
Wow.
So it was $2 a wing.
$2 a wing?
Mm-hmm.
That's a little pricey.
Worth it. Um, bastards. So, and then after that, we went to a park.
That's what I
And
wanted to get to.
don't laugh at me, woman. Don't
let her
laugh
know.
at me, woman.
Let her know I heard her chuckle in the
AJ
background.
said he heard you chuckle in the background. Don't laugh at me, woman.
I could hear it from here. Oh, America could hear it from here. Scotland could hear it from here.
She's still laughing. I'm about to become a single man right quick.
Tell her what I said about Scotland. Tell her what I said.
He said Scotland can hear your laughter. Awful. And she's still laughing. That's some fucked up shit.
As she should.
It's some fucked up shit.
Cynthia and I have laughed about it several times.
He said that him and his woman have been laughing about it for several days. Or they were.
It's in the best way possible. Let me just ask you this. How's your ass?
How's my my ass has extra cushion. My ass is fine. My hand still hurts in certain spots.
Your hand? I don't remember your hand becoming an issue.
I landed on my hand.
Okay, wait. Start from the beginning. We've given the tease. So we went to a park.
I feel like you should tell the story. I mean, I can tell you my description of it. Everybody was riding this fucking witchcraft swing thing. Don't laugh at me, woman.
Let me talk about it for a moment. So let me just paint a quick picture. We went to this crazy park. Yvonne's idea. The witch took us to her cavern, which happens to be a quote unquote children's park, where there's a monorail system which is hooked up by a swing. You ride this seated swing across this railing system, and it goes kind of fast.
There is no science to prove what you're talking about.
It all uses thrust and momentum to make you go across this monorail system. It's not motorized.
I had no thrust and all the momentum.
You had a lot of momentum and not a lot of coordination. Anyway, so it's John's turn. I think the girls went. I think I went.
You went first, and then the girls.
There you go.
So that was my turn, and I was like setting up for it, and I went a little bit too forward, and the swing just took me.
I think you fell back. Like we were all yelling and screaming.
Don't laugh at me, woman.
We were okay. So from what and it's a very hazy memory because again, we had 2 rounds of flights at Green Cheek Brewing before
and we drank beer. We brought beer.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
We were still drinking.
Did you bring the double dry hopped elder?
I had a can. I don't remember what it was. Probably it was a can of something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and fucking took me.
Mm-hmm.
Landed on my ass and my hand.
Let's just say this man was at least moving at like 5 to 10 miles per hour, self-propelled. Like just his weight alone shot him down this hill, down this ramp, down on a swing. We were all yelling because we realized he's clearly leaning too far off the end of the swing, and we're like, John, scoot in! And even before you went down, we were all trying to tell you, get yourself properly seated. You're like, nope. And when you proceeded to fly off the swing, land on your ass, and I don't know if you remember this, but I remember. I was on the top of the ramp that you came from, and I went, John, like it was fucking Baywatch, and I went to jump down to you. I ate shit, jump at landing. So it was nighttime when this happened. It was probably like 9 p.m. or so, maybe 8 p.m. I jump, I land on the ramp. It's a diagonal ramp, probably like a good 60-degree angle, 70-degree angle. It's wet and moistened from the air. Yeah, I slip, I fall on my elbow, and I had marks of the ramp on my elbow for like 3 days. Cynthia thought I had a weird rash or something. It was because I landed with all my weight on my fucking elbow. And then I got up to run to you, and you were okay. But the best part is that anyone that isn't aware of John's phobias, he does not like roller coasters. He does not like feeling out of control.
No.
Unless it's his choice, which is fair. And I was very surprised you even did it, but you did do it. But I felt terrible that you ate shit the moment you tried. I ate shit
so bad. Again, hand still hurts in certain spots.
Okay, how does your hand hurt again?
I have like I don't know why or how, but I have like a ball right here
Oh no!
that I didn't have before, and it hurts when I squeeze on it.
You found a little BB and put it in your finger.
It fucking hurt. And then my pinky finger still has like the blood mark, like
I
the
see it. I
inside.
see it even in the low res camera.
Hey, this is not low res. You're low
I'm
res.
just saying. My camera ain't any better. I'm just saying I can still see the blood mark via Zoom.
That happened. So you want to know some other fucking shit that happened? I want to say, God, it was a week before that. I've been waiting to tell you this story.
Oh, please.
Since we were on the topic of witchcraft.
I can't wait.
So, what are you getting?
Go ahead.
No, I want to know what you're getting, though.
Oh, I'm just turning up my lighting a little bit.
Turn it all the way up.
All the way.
And then turn it down. So, Yvonne had just left for work. Literally left for work. And I took my pants off.
Cool. Nice.
Went to bed. And I was about to do the dirty, if you know what I'm talking about. And then when it was about to start, a fucking Christmas song goes off. Like the devil knew what was about to be done.
No one can do the dirty during Jingle Bells. No one.
I freaked out. I'm not playing. A music box with Christmas music just started playing.
Jesus, you're in a horror movie.
And I freaked out. Do you want to know what kills a boner? Witches and devils. So I'm freaking out. I get up, dick in my hand, phone in my other hand.
Of course. I'm never touching your phone again. Why do you let me touch your phone? God damn it.
And I'm hearing music, and it's literally like music box music. And I pull out my phone, and I'm about to call my woman. And she calls me as I'm about to call her. And I'm like, oh my God, do you hear that? And she hears it. And I am freaking the fuck out. We bought a Christmas toy like 2-3 years ago, broken. We knew it was broken. I want to say it played music at first, and then it just stopped. And that was what was going off. And I mean, it was going off for like 5 minutes. I'm exaggerating, like 3. And I actually, no, yeah. So as I'm on the phone with my woman, I run out to get her sister and her mom. And I try to pass the demon on to them, but no, it didn't happen. It stayed with me. Yeah, just out of nowhere. We kept the box. It's still there. I don't know. Can you see it? It's right here. Look at that thing.
I see here. What looks like a flattened Solo cup. Red Solo cup.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
This is the one.
Bring it to me.
And now look at. I'm gonna wind it. Let's see if it plays.
Sure.
Not playing.
Oh, there's some ASMR. Put the winder close to the mic. Closer to the mic.
Huh?
Put the wind up closer to the mic.
Oh, you want to hear the wind up? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And a rose went a clatter. The rose.
And then it just started.
Jingle all the way. Some scary shit.
So our apartment's for sale if anybody wants to buy
it. Notice he had to wind that several times before it played. And that happened on its own.
You actually have to pull this to make it play. So I didn't pull it.
So you have to wind and then pull.
And pull this thing.
That's an interesting combination of things to happen, to need to happen for it to even
go
begin
off,
playing.
Right?
Y'all haunted. We're not friends any longer.
Well, we're gonna be sharing a room on Saturday. I'm gonna put my demon all over your face.
Nah. I watched Paranormal Activity. Never gonna live that again. Nope. No, thank you. Peter and I watched Malignant. Not again.
Never heard of that one.
It's a new horror movie. It's all right.
Did I tell you I watched Midsommar? It was all right.
Oh, yeah, you did say that. Recently, I feel you said.
I don't know if it was on the podcast, but it was all right.
It's a good movie, but it's cool.
It was way too long. It was way too long.
Did it make you want to take mushrooms or anything?
No, it made me want to stop the movie.
Cold-blooded, but fair. I'll take it.
Oh, I got a burp coming.
Let it go. Waiting to release the army.
Now how you're feeling?
Exactly how you said it to you, bastard. Oh, I'm almost done with this beer, but I'm very glad that your ass met ground so well though that night. That was hilarious.
And my hand. I'm telling you, I had to work that following morning.
I remember.
I couldn't type with my hand. My hand was in so much pain for like the first two days.
So did your ass land on your hand?
My hand took most of the blow.
How? Like you landed on it first?
I landed on my hand first.
Oh my god!
I like literally like hand down like this as I fell.
Oh my god, sir! I'm sorry.
I'm not a light man, so that definitely hurt.
I can imagine. You have a ball in your knuckle now.
Yeah.
You found a ball in your finger you never had before.
Whiskey will fix that.
You might want to get that looked at.
Nah. Whiskey. It's the only doctor I need.
Around for a while. See what other pocket. Next thing you know, you're gonna find it in your ass cheek, your right ass cheek. It's like, oh, that's where that thing went.
Yeah, it tickles a little bit.
Right? I feel something rolling around every time I sit down. It's okay. At that point, you just run your hand across it, take it to your thigh, take it to your knee. You're good to go. No big deal. I had no idea was injured like that.
Yeah. And then I also kind of have a little bit of pain like in between this knuckle too.
Still, it's been weeks. Oh my god, sir. I feel bad. It's been
no, you don't. No, you don't. You were laughing at me. It's recorded. My woman was laughing at me.
It's recorded?
On this episode of you all laughing at me. You don't feel bad.
Oh, I thought we actually had you.
Look at your face. Look at your face. You went from feeling bad to thinking, ka-ching, this is content.
Believe me, if I knew that Yvonne had video footage of you flying off the swing, I would watch that.
You don't have video, do you?
Forever. I don't think.
No, she said she would have posted it for content too. So
on that note, at BeerBellyPod on all social media, follow us and let us know what we should be drinking or talk about next.
Yes, please.
It's a good way to find links to all our episodes. You can find our social media links in the episode description of every episode on whatever app you're using to listen to us or watch us right now as well. Well, considering that you've fallen on your ass, riding a ride that I never thought you would, because again, you're not the biggest fan of roller coasters or roller coaster type things. And you have this magical ball that you now have found in your finger. Would you please give the people some words of wisdom for the week, sir?
Yeah. Don't fucking be with the people who laugh at you. They're mean and they're bullies.
From what I understood, I remember you chuckling a bit too. And
I was laughing my ass off.
Like you said,
laughing my ass off.
Your remedy was to get more whiskey, which we actually did a lot of. John was generous enough to share more of his 18 year second edition, and we compared it to the Boss Hog, which he also bought me.
By then, though, I was so
extremely
trashed.
Generous.
I'm sure you were too.
Oh, I told myself, I think we went too far when the whiskey came into play.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But goddamn, it was a wild night that I'll probably never forget.
Ooh.
Oh God, some things are a blur, but for the most part,
fun night.
Well intact.
Fun night.
Real quick, did you see that Power Rangers Battle for the Grid has more DLC now?
Mm-hmm. Adam, Rita, and then I don't know the weird heart character.
Oh yeah, that one I didn't know about, but they have the Ninja Ranger, which I will download and play as tonight for a little bit, just to have some fun, figure some shit out with him. I haven't played that game in a long time, and I miss it, so I'm probably gonna goof around for a couple hours and just see what I figure out.
Nice. I'm gonna drink a lot of water and drink off this 12.5% beer because I gotta wake up in the morning.
Fun. Well, I appreciate you staying up to do the episode.
Of course.
All right. On that note, we'll catch you guys later. Again, all links to socials and to more of this podcast in every episode description.
BeerBellyPod. BeerBellyPod. BeerBellyPod.
Touch us gently. I have no idea. Out of all the episode names we've talked about, I'm still not sold on what. I don't know which one we're supposed to go with.
Good luck. Godspeed. Ambiguous Brown.
This has been Beer Belly. Later on, good night, good day, and peace.